Picture yourself walking through the historical streets of Jerusalem, a city where time feels frozen in eternity. Hidden beneath these ancient pathways lies a secret veiled for nearly 2 millennia, a revelation that could alter our understanding of history and faith. Is this the burial site of Jesus Christ? For the first time in hundreds of years, a team of dedicated archaeologists carefully lifted the marble covering of the tomb inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, a sacred landmark for countless Christians who believe it marks the location of Jesus' crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. What they uncovered shocked researchers, historians, and believers alike. Beneath the final layer, they found a funerary slab. According to long-standing tradition, this is the very stone where Jesus' body was laid after the crucifixion. Through meticulous analysis of the surrounding materials, researchers traced its origins back to the 4th century, precisely when Emperor Constantine identified this site as the burial place of Christ. This discovery holds a significance that transcends mere geography. For nearly 2,000 years, this tomb has been at the heart of wars, reconstructions, and religious pilgrimages. Devotees risked their lives to safeguard its sanctity, and now, armed with cutting-edge technology, modern scientists are unraveling its hidden mysteries. Let us journey back to the year 326 AD, a pivotal moment in history. Emperor Constantine, the first Roman ruler to embrace Christianity, commanded the demolition of a pagan temple in Jerusalem, which, according to local tradition, had been built atop Jesus' burial site. Inspired by the profound importance of the location, Constantine ordered the construction of a magnificent church, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This was more than just a construction project. It was a bold proclamation. Constantine aimed to establish Christianity as a cornerstone of a new empire, leaving behind its pagan past. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre rose as a beacon of faith, defying the passage of centuries and becoming a symbol of resilience and devotion. However, the Church's survival was anything but assured. In 614 AD, the Persian army stormed Jerusalem, obliterating the church and seizing what many revered as the true cross of Jesus. After its rebuilding, calamity struck again in 1009 when Caliph al-Hakim ordered the church's destruction. Imagine the anguish of believers witnessing their sacred landmark reduced to ruins repeatedly. Yet undeterred by these tragedies, Christians rebuilt the church, aided this time by Byzantine Emperor Constantine IX. By the time the Crusaders reached Jerusalem in 1099, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre stood as an unshakable fortress of faith, embodying not only religious fervor, but also the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to let history erase their beliefs. Fast forward to the modern era, where scientific advancements are casting new light on ancient narratives. In recent decades, archaeologists discovered evidence firmly connecting the tomb to the era of Constantine. Through radiocarbon dating, researchers confirmed that mortar within the tomb dates back to the 4th century, aligning with Constantine's reign and his efforts to identify the burial site of Jesus. When experts recently examined the structure, they were alarmed by its precarious state. Cracks had spread across the marble walls, and centuries of wear threatened to collapse the site. Preserving this tomb was not merely an act of religious devotion, but a commitment to safeguarding a pivotal chapter in humanity's shared history. Modern science provided invaluable tools to restore and study the tomb. Among the most significant techniques was optically stimulated luminescence, which enabled researchers to accurately date materials by measuring their last exposure to sunlight. Advanced laser mapping created detailed 3D models of the tomb, revealing structural weaknesses and guiding restoration efforts to ensure the site endures for generations to come. Despite these advances, the tomb's authenticity remains a topic of intense debate. Critics argue that Constantine's designation of the site as Jesus' burial place may have been politically driven, intended to strengthen the burgeoning Christian empire. Skeptics point out discrepancies between the Church of the Holy Sepulchre's location within Jerusalem's city walls during Constantine's time and biblical descriptions placing Jesus' burial outside the city. Archaeological evidence suggests the area was indeed outside the city walls in the 1st century, lending credibility to Constantine's identification. Nevertheless, some remain unconvinced. Another site, the Garden Tomb, has been proposed as an alternative burial location. Although dated to the Iron Age, several centuries before Jesus' time, the Garden Tomb continues to attract pilgrims, particularly Protestants, who favor its simplicity over the Church of the Holy Sepulchre's ornate design. The discussion about Jesus' burial site reignited global interest in 2007 with the release of the documentary The Lost Tomb of Jesus. Produced by filmmaker James Cameron and directed by Simcha Jakubowicz, the film focused on the Talpiot Tomb, a 1st century burial site discovered in Jerusalem in 1980. The ossuaries found within bore inscriptions such as Jesus, son of Joseph, Mary, and Judas, son of Jesus, prompting the filmmakers to claim this as the burial site of Jesus and his family, a theory that contradicts traditional Christian beliefs. The documentary ignited a storm of controversy. Scholars criticized the filmmakers for sensationalizing their findings and drawing conclusions unsupported by robust evidence. One of the primary objections was the commonality of names like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph during that era, making it highly probable that unrelated families could share the same inscriptions. Furthermore, the inscription Judas, son of Jesus, directly conflicts with Christian teachings, which do not support the notion of Jesus having a son. DNA analysis of the ossuary remains revealed no maternal link between individuals labeled as Jesus and Mary, further weakening the film's claims. Picture this: a controversial theory about a familial link between Jesus and Mary Magdalene sparked intense debate, fueled by claims in a documentary that lacked conclusive evidence. Skeptics swiftly highlighted that DNA analysis revealed no paternal connection, suggesting that the relationship between individuals in the Talpiot Tomb could have been that of siblings or cousins. Archaeologists also challenged the documentary's assertions, pointing out critical inconsistencies. For instance, the Talpiot Tomb is far from any known 1st century Christian landmarks. Moreover, the interpretation of the term Mariamne as referring to Mary Magdalene was widely disputed, with many scholars arguing that the name held a broader significance in ancient texts. The ongoing discussions about the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the Garden Tomb, and the Talpiot Tomb underscore the intricate interplay between faith, historical analysis, and archaeological discoveries. Each site offers a unique perspective, resonating differently depending on individual beliefs. For many traditional Christians, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre stands as a hallowed site, steeped in historical and spiritual significance. Meanwhile, alternative sites like the Garden Tomb or the Talpiot Tomb invite deeper exploration and questioning of established narratives about Jesus' burial. A monumental milestone occurred in 2016 when the Church of the Holy Sepulchre underwent an extensive restoration, marking the first comprehensive study of the site in nearly 5 centuries. Years of natural wear, seismic disturbances, and the weight of its immense historical value had taken a toll on the tomb's structural integrity, threatening its very existence. The edicule, the shrine enclosing the tomb, bore visible damage, including cracks and weakened marble panels. In response to these challenges, the Greek Orthodox, Armenian, and Roman Catholic communities who jointly manage the church set aside centuries of disagreements to collaborate on an ambitious restoration project. As restoration teams meticulously dismantled the marble slab covering the tomb, they uncovered astonishing findings. Beneath the top layer, they discovered a second slab, adorned with a cross and likely dating back to the Crusader era. However, even more remarkable was the revelation of the original limestone burial bed, exposed for the first time in modern history. Long upheld by Christian tradition as the resting place of Jesus after the crucifixion, this stone remains a focal point of devotion. Researchers seized the opportunity to conduct exhaustive studies, collecting samples of mortar, sediment, and other materials for analysis. Using advanced imaging and structural scanning techniques, they unraveled hidden details about the edifice's construction and earlier restorations. Their findings reinforce the site's status as a venerated Christian landmark for nearly 2,000 years, bolstering its historical and spiritual significance. The debate over the exact location of Jesus Christ's burial is far from settled. While many scholars and religious authorities regard the Church of the Holy Sepulchre as the most plausible site, alternative interpretations persist, each shedding light on different facets of faith and history. Skeptics argue that Emperor Constantine's selection of the site may have been politically motivated, serving as a unifying symbol for the burgeoning Christian empire. The centralization of Christian worship in Jerusalem was a powerful statement, but some question whether symbolism outweighed historical accuracy. Discovered in 1867, the Garden Tomb provides an alternative narrative. Situated outside Jerusalem's old city walls, it aligns with biblical descriptions of Jesus' burial in a garden near Golgotha. Its serene atmosphere and resemblance to ancient tombs described in Scripture have made it a favored destination for Protestant pilgrims seeking a more personal connection to Jesus' story. Despite its spiritual appeal, the Garden Tomb faces significant archaeological challenges. Experts have dated the site to the Iron Age, centuries before Jesus' time, making it unlikely to match the newly carved tomb described in the Gospels. However, for many believers, its tranquil setting symbolizes the essence of Jesus' death and resurrection, regardless of historical inconsistencies. The story of Jesus Christ continues to inspire countless artistic and cultural representations, reflecting his enduring impact on humanity. The advent of cinema in the early 20th century marked a new chapter in this legacy, with filmmakers striving to capture the essence of his life and teachings on the big screen. One of the earliest examples, the Passion Play of Oberammergau, 1898, documented a famed German theatrical tradition. This was followed by the silent film From the Manger to the Cross, 1912, which pioneered narrative storytelling to depict the life of Jesus with visual and emotional depth. As filmmaking technology evolved, directors embraced the grandeur of biblical narratives. Cecil B. DeMille's The King of Kings, 1927, set a benchmark for religious cinema with its epic scale and reverent tone. These early productions not only reflected Christian devotion, but also showcased the universal resonance of Jesus' story. The mid-20th century saw the emergence of lavish biblical epics, capturing the imaginations of global audiences. Classics like Ben-Hur, 1959, and The Greatest Story Ever Told, 1965, brought Jesus' narrative to life with monumental sets, star-studded casts, and evocative scores. These films explored not only Jesus' spiritual message, but also the social and political contexts of his era. Franco Zeffirelli's Jesus of Nazareth, 1977, a 6-hour miniseries, remains one of the most iconic portrayals of Christ. Featuring Robert Powell in the title role, the series is celebrated for its emotional gravitas, historical authenticity, and profound exploration of Jesus' teachings. Its enduring appeal underscores humanity's ongoing fascination with the figure of Jesus and his legacy. The cinematic portrayal of Jesus Christ continues to evolve, often taking center stage during Easter celebrations across the globe. Not all interpretations of his life have been universally accepted, though. As directors began pushing creative limits, some renditions of Jesus sparked considerable controversy. Martin Scorsese's 1988 film, The Last Temptation of Christ, presented a deeply human Jesus wrestling with doubt and temptation. While many applauded its psychological depth, others condemned the film for straying from traditional theological views. Similarly, Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, 2004, provoked polarized reactions. Its raw and unflinching depiction of Jesus' suffering stirred profound emotions, resonating deeply with audiences worldwide, even as critics questioned its graphic intensity. Despite the debates, the film became a box office sensation, cementing its place as one of the most successful religious films of all time. In recent years, productions like The Chosen, 2019, have transformed the way Jesus' story is told on screen. This groundbreaking multi-season series offers a more intimate perspective, centering on the lives of Jesus' followers and illustrating how his teachings reshaped their world. By humanizing the disciples and portraying Jesus with unparalleled compassion, The Chosen has revitalized familiar biblical narratives, captivating millions of viewers from various faiths. Its innovative storytelling underscores why Jesus' life remains so compelling. It transcends religious boundaries, delving into universal themes like love, sacrifice, forgiveness, and redemption that resonate across cultures and generations. Other notable productions like Son of God, 2014, and animated classics such as The Miracle Maker, 2000, have successfully introduced Jesus' story to younger audiences, ensuring that his timeless messages remain relevant for years to come. These adaptations serve as cultural touchstones, reflecting humanity's enduring fascination with his teachings and the profound impact of his sacrifice. The recent opening of what is believed to be Jesus' tomb after nearly 2,000 years marks not just a remarkable historical and archaeological achievement, but also a poignant reminder of the unyielding nature of faith. Beneath centuries-old layers of marble, stone, and mortar lies a story that transcends religion, uniting people across time and cultures through a shared sense of awe and wonder. This revelation inspires reflection on the passage of time, the resilience of belief, and humanity's relentless pursuit of truth. If this journey into history and faith has captivated you, consider showing your support by clicking Super Thanks. Your contributions help fuel the creation of these in-depth narratives, bringing to light the mysteries of the past and the lessons they hold for the present. At its heart, the unveiling of the tomb reminds us of the vital importance of preservation, not just of physical monuments, but also of the values and traditions that bind us together as a global community. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, having endured centuries of conflict, earthquakes, and devastation, stands as a testament to humanity's determination to protect what is sacred. The discoveries made during its restoration underscore the powerful synergy between science and faith. Far from being adversaries, these realms can collaborate to illuminate deeper truths. Through advanced technologies like radiocarbon dating and structural imaging, scientists have bridged ancient traditions with modern understanding. This partnership highlights that the pursuit of knowledge does not diminish faith. Rather, it enriches it, offering a broader view of the past while reaffirming the spiritual significance of belief in the present. Thank you for watching and for being part of this incredible journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories that bridge the past and present. Until next time, take care and stay curious.